Nestled in the mighty Karakoram range of northern Pakistan lies a hidden gem known as the Hunza Valley. Beyond its breathtaking landscapes and warm-hearted people, Hunza Valley is renowned for its unique food culture and long-lived elders. Join us as we embark on a captivating culinary journey through the flavors and traditions of Hunza Valley. The Hunza Valley, also known as the Shangri-La of Pakistan, offers a harmonious blend of natural beauty and vibrant cultural heritage. Located in the north of Pakistan, in the province called Gilgit-Baltistan, Hunza Valley is a land of majestic mountains. With many of them above 6,000 meters and comprising the 27th highest peak in the world, Rakapushi, that reaches 7,788 meters. Hunza Valley is a mosaic of diverse cultures, deeply rooted traditions, and a rich heritage. In many ways, Hunza feels like a separate country from the rest of Pakistan. Hunza was formerly a princely state, which had a strategic location on the Old Silk Road, bordering Xinjiang in China to the northeast and Pamir to the northwest. The state survived until 1974, when it was finally dissolved and incorporated to Pakistan. For centuries, the region was a crossroad for cultures, goods, and religions. Now mainly Ismaili Muslim, a branch of Shia Islam, it was for centuries a stronghold of Buddhism and shamanic practices. The valley has witnessed over the centuries mass migrations, conflicts, and resettling of tribes and ethnicities, which led to a surprising diversity of languages and cultures in the area. The predominant ethnic groups include the Borusho people, who have been inhabiting these lands the longest, as well as the Wahi, who are related to the Tajiks and came from the Pamir region in current Afghanistan. Finally, there is also a minority of Shina communities, who expanded to the Gilgit region from their homeland in the north of the current province of KPK in Pakistan, around the 9th or 10th century AD. The valley is usually split linguistically and culturally in three: Lower Hunza, where the Shina communities live; Central Hunza, predominantly Borushki; and Upper Hunza, populated mostly by the Wahi people. The Borusho, or Borushki, who represent the majority of the valley's population, are particularly interesting, as their language is what is called an isolate, a language that is not related to any other. The local Borusho legend says that the people of Hunza descend from three villages called Baltit, Ganesh, and Altit, which are said to have been founded by soldiers left behind from the army of Alexander the Great. A legend that is common to much of Afghanistan and northern Pakistan, but that is not currently confirmed by genetic and historical evidence. Nowadays, the way of life and culture differences between the three groups in Hunza Valley has decreased, and the whole population is united by a shared history as well as a common faith and a way of life. Whether it is languages, location, culture, religious history, or architecture, everything sets Hunza apart. But what makes it famous worldwide is its reputation as the location of the Fountain of Youth. It is said that the people of Hunza are immune to cancer and chronic diseases. Locals talk about the elders living past 100 years old, and many scientists have tried to uncover the reasons behind it. For many of them, this incredible longevity and good health is attributed to the local diet and the special ingredients that are used in the local cuisine. Humans in Hunza and the rest of Gilgit-Baltistan have had a profound impact on the environment and transformed the original landscape that was quite desolate into a real paradise. At an altitude of 2,500 meters, the valley was originally devoid of trees and crops, only consisting of bushes and mountain herbs. Over the centuries, Hunza settlers introduced fruit trees like cherry, apricot, peach, and nut trees that reduced erosion, and through irrigation, they managed to grow a lot of different crops like buckwheat, beans, and wheat.
Ici, on utilise la farine de blé, la farine de l'orge et la farine de petit pois. Donc, il y a 3 genres de farine qu'on utilise ici. Et ça, c'était la base. Maintenant, on produit très peu de l'orge et de l'autre de petit pois. Et on utilise que de blé. Donc, à la base, c'est ça. Et ça, c'est commun ici dans le vallée centrale et un peu dans les vallées lointaines, à Chiposan et à Shimshan.
Fertile soil and unpolluted environment contributed to the production of high-quality fruits, vegetables, and grains. Husbandry, especially yak, sheep, and goats, allowed locals to survive and complement their diet with dairy or meat during times when harvests were lacking. Milk, yogurt, and cheese were widely consumed and were very important to the local diet, especially for people spending a lot of time in the high pastures. Overall, the cuisine of Hunza Valley was primarily influenced by its geographical location. The valley was isolated from its neighbors for centuries by treacherous passes and narrow mountain paths. As such, few foreign products or spices were imported and used in the local food. Most of what people were eating was grown locally and organically. Few spices or chilies were traditionally used, unlike the rest of Pakistan. As a result, the local cuisine was quite simple but flavorful, its core revolving around ancient grains, fruits, vegetables, dairy, and a limited amount of meat, due to animals being too precious to be consumed, as they played an important role as a source of milk, wool, workforce, and transportation. Hunza Valley is home to many so-called superfoods. If there are no scientific studies clearly showing a distinct impact of one or another, they are part of a healthy and rich diet and contain very interesting chemical compounds which must to some extent have contributed to the health and longevity of the local population. First among these superfoods is the apricot of Hunza. It is difficult to tell how apricots came to Hunza, but the valley is close to one of the domestication centers of the fruit in Central Asia. Many stories are told about their origins, which must be for certain ancient.
Disons qu'on raconte différemment de l'histoire de l'abricot ici, mais on dit que quand Alexandre le Grand a passé, quelques personnes de son armée sont venues dans cette région. Donc on dit que c'était des Grecs à l'époque et qui ont peut-être amené les noyaux d'abricots. Peut-être, on ne sait pas, de voisinage, quoi. Ça peut être de l'Iran ou de l'Afghanistan, ou peut-être comment ça s'appelle, de côté Chine, ou quelque part. Mais ils les ont plantés ici. Donc, depuis, on a cet abricot dans la région.
Hunza apricot trees grow at elevations of 1,200 to 2,900 meters in the foothills of the Karakoram mountain range. The trees themselves are quite unique and well adapted to their extreme environment. They can survive being buried in the snow as well as withstand summer droughts. Many of these trees are wild cultivars and are born from seeds that were planted, not grafted, as it's often the case in Western countries. This is the reason why the genetic diversity of apricots in the region is really high, which leads to trees being more resistant to whatever diseases are sent to them. There is no big plantation of apricot trees, however. Most of them belong to families. The largest Hunza apricot tree grower in Pakistan has just 150 trees. The fruit itself is distinctive. Hunza apricots are small, round apricots. They are sweet and flagrant. The flavor is not in itself vastly different from the apricots you are used to, but it does taste slightly different. Its flavor is sweet with a faint tartness. Apricots are at the heart of the local food culture in Hunza and are incorporated in many forms into people's diet. Locals eat them fresh, make juice out of it, jam, vinegar, and in their dried form, which lasts longer, they are included in many dishes.
Avec l'abricot, on le sèche et avec l'abricot sec, on faisait de dao, ça veut dire de genre de la soupe pendant l'hiver ou n'importe quelle saison. Et ça, c'était très très bien pour la santé. Donc on utilisait l'abricot sec sur toute l'année. Et ça, quand les gens qui viennent pour faire du trek là, qui vont dans les montagnes, s'ils ont rien et ils ont de fruits secs, de l'abricot sec, ben ils peuvent aller n'importe où parce que ça te donne beaucoup de force.
However, the true use that sets Hunza apart is that locals eat the kernels of the apricots and make oil out of them. It is precisely this abundance of apricots in the local cuisine that scientists believe help to some extent locals to live longer and stay healthy. Apricot oil in particular is a prime suspect, as it is rich in vitamin B17, also known as amygdalin, which is believed by some to help fight cancer, even if it isn't scientifically proven.
L'huile d'abricot était la base de la nourriture ici à Hunza. Dans chaque chose, on utilisait l'huile d'abricot. Même quand c'est l'hiver et il y a un bébé qui tousse, alors on donnait sur une petite cuillère, l'huile d'abricot et il toussait plus, quoi, parce que c'est vraiment, en même temps, c'était le genre de médecine aussi.
Another superfood that is unique to Hunza is the tumor, a species of wild thyme that is used to make some kind of green tea. It grows in the high pastures of the Karakoram, several thousand meters high.
Tomorrow, c'est une tisane, c'est le thé vert, mais on peut le mélanger avec le pain traditionnel qu'on fabrique, le pain dur, on dit. Il y a d'autres qui s'appellent yichor, il y a 16 ou 17 herbes à Shemshal qui ont une place spécifique pour différents repas ou différentes causes, quoi. Il y a d'autres herbes qu'on utilise pour les malades, disons. Si on a mal à la tête, on utilise notre tisane. Mais on ne connaît pas à l'extérieur de Shemshal, on ne connaît pas tout ça. Ici, c'est très... Disons qu'il y a 3 ou 4 herbes qu'on connaît, mais à Shemshal, il y en a à peu près 16 et 17 herbes qu'on utilisait depuis des années. Mais il y a aussi les légumes à Shemshal qui curent le cancer. Alors ça, c'est testé, vraiment. Il y avait une dame qui mangeait beaucoup de cette légumes. Et quand elle était malade, et on l'a ramenée à l'hôpital à Karachi, à l'hôpital de Ladakon, et on a regardé son cas et tout. Ils ont trouvé qu'ils ont analysé qu'elle était cancer. Et ils étaient étonnés que voilà, elle était vraiment malade. Et qu'est-ce qui a fait qu'elle a duré tellement longtemps? Donc, après, ils ont demandé, et là, les gens de Shemshal ont dit que non, elle mangeait une espèce de légumes dans les pâturages. Parce que tout le village connaissait que c'est elle qui mange que ça. Et ça a vraiment duré son âge et ça a poussé son maladie vraiment sur à peu près sur 20 ans. Donc, ça, c'est très, très connu. Et voilà, il y a plein de choses comme ça à Shemshal dans les autres pâturages.
One part of the Hunza people's diet that is shared by all the valley inhabitants is drinking water coming directly from the nearby glaciers. This Hunza water have fascinated people across the years, and has been theorized by some scientists to be at the origin of the health and longevity of locals. Dr. Patrick Flanagan and Dr. Henry Coenda and their research on this water is often quoted as a reference. However, there is not a wealth of scientific literature confirming or not their findings. Water taken directly from glaciers is almost totally pure, and as such has limited nutritional value. However, further down the mountain, the water in contact with the rocks on its way is enriched with a lot of minerals, including potassium, calcium, iron, and other useful minerals. The water acquires a milky look and is consumed unfiltered by people from the region. Dr. Flanagan showed that the Hunza water contains certain silicate minerals that originate from the surrounding glacial mountains. Hunza water is said by him to have antioxidant properties, efficient nutrition delivery, help the body to neutralize acids and regulate pH levels, etc. According to him, Hunza water is substantially similar to the water surrounding our cells, resulting in better cellular hydration and nutrient absorption for the people who consume it. It is hard to say without further studies if this water's magical properties are real and actually impact life expectancy. But what is sure is that having access to unpolluted mineral-rich water can definitely contribute to helping people to stay healthy.
Complementing the diet, another element most likely played a crucial role in Hunza Kutch's healthy and long lifespan: their way of life. The environment in which the Hunza people live is mountainous and has extremely rough terrain. The villages are incredibly isolated and built into the cliffside. Hunza people have no choice but to navigate the rough passages and steep ridges. Farmable land also isn't always located directly next to the home. Some pastures take several days of trekking to reach. Most villagers used to work hard in farms since childhood and exercise every day. Older people I have met still work in the 80s and would have it no other way. Some came back to their villages after staying at their children's places in cities, not bearing the thought of not working and tending to their fields. The traditional Hunza way of life is simple and allows people to stay in peak physical condition way into their older years. Another piece of the puzzle is the mental health and community life of people in the valley. Hunza Kutch did not know the stress of modern urban life and lived at a slower pace, which definitely is important as chronic stress and anxiety have been proven by Yale University to shorten your lifespan. The impact of mental and social health on one's lifespan and physical health as well has been researched and seems to be key in the case of Hunza Valley. Locals are thought to have a superior emotional state, living in peace and within a close-knit community. Meaningful connections, forming nurturing relationships, and reciprocal support is common in countryside village communities like in Hunza. Finally, some sources and anecdotes have attributed to the perceived longevity of the people in Hunza to their adherence to Ismaili Islam, a sect of Shia Islam that is followed by most of the population in the region. It is suggested that the Ismaili community's emphasis on spiritual well-being, social support, and positive values may contribute to the overall health and longevity of its members.
While the Hunza people were once celebrated for their exceptional longevity, things have changed, and even locals acknowledge the changing dynamics of their lifestyle and its impact on their health and well-being.
The completion of the Karakoram Highway in 1978 played a key role in the major change that occurred in the valley. Built by the Chinese, this 1,284-kilometer road that links Pakistan to China breached Hunza's physical isolation and altered radically and permanently the traditional Hunza Kutch way of life.
In recent years, urbanization and the transition to a more sedentary lifestyle have gradually altered the traditional practices and habits of the community. With the influx of modern conveniences and Western influences, dietary patterns have shifted away from the nutrient-dense and plant-based meals that once characterized the cuisine. Processed food, sugary beverages, and unhealthy dietary choices have become more prevalent, contributing to a decline in overall health.
Our Hunza people are very but fortunate. They grow crops in their field and they use it. Even we are using it, which naturally is coming from our field. But nowadays when we mixed, we are getting food from outside. It is making problem for us. In the old time, our grandparents, our families are using original food. Wheat, barley, and green peas. And now we started potato. But that is also organic food. Rice, the other thing which we are using here, it is making little bit upperly beautiful, but under it is making problem. It is changing our life. It is making us our life short.
In my life is very, very big changing. Our life is completely different, and our children's life is a very big different. It's not small different. Very, very big different. I say for you because before everything is 100% pure foods, and now is 90% is not good food, and 10% is our pure food. And this food is also for some house, like I am still working for field and for everything, for the trees, for the yaks, for the sheep, for the everything. I work very hard, and this is 100% pure. Some people have money, they make money from downside, and they bring from downside to the very bad things like a cooking oil, like every foods. They bring from downsides, and then the people said, that is good, everything is like this, like this, like this.
The everyday dishes that are consumed in the region are now looking more and more like the rest of Pakistan and Punjab.
I and my wife, we stay here, and my children is there. This cooking is, if our children is coming, they don't like to the 100% pure food. They said they eating from Punjab, from different, and they said, oh, this is good. We make like this.
With globalization and the adoption of modern lifestyle, many villages in the valley have lost part of their population, often younger people who move to the bigger cities to find jobs. This has had some impact on community life and in the mindset of the new generation. Where life in the village was simple, full of meaningful connections, this change has brought a lot of stress and new worries to Hunza people.
But nowadays we are looking, people are coming from America, from Russia, from China. We are looking them and we are thinking too much, therefore it is making.
Many of the healthy traditional products that were consumed in the region are now kept by locals to be sold to tourists or overseas.
C'est ce qui est drôle, c'est que les gens maintenant, on mange pas tout ce qui est précieux pour notre santé. Par exemple, les fruits secs, on sèche les abricots, on sèche le pomme, on sèche d'autres fruits là, plein de fruits ici, et on les vend dans le marché. Et on achète, à la place, on achète des choses qui sont pas bien pour la santé. Et parce qu'ici, il y a beaucoup de demandes par les touristes qui veulent acheter les abricots secs l'amande de abricot et tout ça. Et presque dans toutes les maisons qu'on ramasse tout ça et on les vend dans le marché. Et on achète n'importe quoi, donc qu'on utilise pour nous. Donc ça, c'est vraiment triste, ça c'est triste. Mais les gens font ça parce que d'un côté, ça leur donne beaucoup d'argent pour que les gens puissent payer les frais de les enfants au collège, à l'université.
Additionally, the shift towards sedentary occupations and reduced physical activity has led to a decrease in the levels of daily exercise and physical labor. These lifestyle changes, coupled with environmental factors and the pressures of modern living, have unfortunately led to a decline in the famed long life and health of the Hunza people.
Les gens, ils n'ont pas les mêmes occupations parce qu'avant, on travaillait toute la journée presque dans les champs. Ils accompagnaient les animaux pour aller dans les pâturages et que maintenant, c'est plus comme ça. Donc, les gens sont devenus commerçants et ils restent dans les plupart du temps dans les magasins et tout. Et ils n'ont pas les mêmes stamina ou d'activité, quoi. Donc, du coup, le taux de l'âge a baissé. Disons que maintenant, au moyen, les gens vivent pas centenaires, mais dans les 80, quoi. Donc, ça a baissé, pour moi, ça a baissé à peu près 20 ans de cette que à la base était centenaire, quoi.
It serves as a reminder of the delicate balance between cultural preservation and the challenges posed by a rapidly changing world. In recent years, the resourceful people of Hunza have embraced an innovative approach by finding new uses for their traditional products.
One fascinating example is the introduction of yak burgers and pizza to their culinary repertoire.
Yaks, the sturdy and resilient animals native to the region, have long been valued for their milk, wool, and transportation purposes. However, the local community has recognized the potential of yak meat as a delicious and nutritious alternative.
Le yak qui mange les mêmes herbes à 4000 ou 5000 mètres que l'ibex ou d'autres, disons, le blue sheep, qui sont très très chers. Il y a une personne qui vient dans les montagnes, qui chasse là, qui paye une fortune pour chasser un ibex, et que nous, les yaks sont vraiment, c'est le plus grand pâturage de la vallée de Hunza à Shemshal. Il y a au moyen, il y a 1000 ou 2000 yaks chaque année dans le pâturage. Donc, quand nous, on mange la viande de yak, c'est comme si on mangeait de l'ibex, quoi. C'est la même chose.
By creating yak burgers, they have not only expanded their culinary offerings, but also tapped into a sustainable and environmentally friendly protein source. These yak burgers provide a lean and flavorful option, rich in essential nutrients and low in fat. Alongside the introduction of yak burgers, they have also embraced the use of apricots and nuts in delectable cakes. These sweet treats, infused with the natural flavors of apricots and complemented by the richness of locally sourced nuts, have become a delightful addition to the region's dessert offerings. Furthermore, the innovative spirit of the people of Hunza extend to their savory dishes as well. Traditional herbs, known for their medicinal properties, are now finding their way into pizza recipes, adding a unique twist to this beloved international dish.
Mon petit frère qui était spécialiste de pizza, il était rentré de Karachi et ici il y avait beaucoup de demandes par les touristes qui voulaient vraiment manger pas les plats locaux mais quelque chose de différent, donc un peu dans les villes. Donc j'avais dans la tête comme quoi on doit essayer le pizzeria. Donc comme ça j'ai commencé, j'ai ouvert le premier pizzeria à Karimabad qui a donné un superbe résultat et comme ça j'ai embauché pas mal de jeunes là-bas. Après, on a en équipe, on a créé ici sur le lac à Tabat et puis à Aliabad ici. Et après, l'année dernière, on a ouvert sur Hosseini, ce point suspendu là-bas.
Donc comme ça, on a 4 endroits. Et puis pendant la saison, on donne le travail à peu près 21 jeunes. Donc ça, c'est quelque chose qui était mon but, d'aider un peu les jeunes parce qu'il n'y a pas beaucoup de travail ici. Les jeunes qui viennent terminer leurs études dans les villes, ils viennent ici. Après, ils n'ont plus rien à faire, donc comme ça. Et ça va continuer. On a l'intention de un peu aller à Gilgit aussi avec une branche et après on doit aller sur Islamabad et petit à petit vraiment élargir cette business quoi et embaucher plus de jeunes. Voilà. Donc la seule chose que nous on a changé dans le pizza classique, entre pizza classique et chez Pizza Pamir. Et donc nous ce qu'on a fait, on a essayé de mélanger de l'herbe dans notre pizzeria que personne ne connaît ici. Et quand ils goûtent, alors ça leur donne vraiment une autre goût, quoi. Ça, c'est différent chez nous.
Additionally, the versatility of sea buckthorn, a vibrant and nutritious berry found abundantly in the region, has been explored in various applications, from refreshing beverages to jams and even skincare products. The people of Hunza are harnessing the potential of sea buckthorn to create a range of delightful and beneficial products. Through these inventive uses of traditional ingredients, Hunza's culinary scene continues to evolve, showcasing the community's dedication to preserving the heritage while embracing new possibilities.